Good afternoon. We're joined today by Micheál Mac Diarmada, who's head of the Irish Lebanon Project, an Irish charity to help with projects in the Lebanon. Micheál, can you tell us about the work that you're engaged in?
The Irish Lebanon Project is engaged in a variety of projects, but our primary project at the moment in Lebanon is a school for deaf and dumb children. This school looks after resident students along with day students. It also looks after the testing of hearing and the various different degrees of hearing and so on with the students, and engages them. I mean, their syllabus looks after the normal standard syllabus that you would expect from any school, along with some extracurricular activities as well, which would complement their impairment.
The Irish Army have recently stopped operations in Lebanon, and there's a political view that over 20 years that the Irish state has helped the country a lot. Is our mission not complete there? Why do we need to keep working in the country?
First of all, our UNIFIL mission is still continuing in Lebanon. For a 23-year period, we did have a battalion which amounted to about 900 troops there for a 23-year period. After the 2006 war, we had another 250 troops there, and at the moment we've got a small contingent of about 10 troops in UNIFIL headquarters in the south. Now at the moment, after the 2006 war, UNIFIL are required to keep about 15,000 troops in the south, along with 15,000 of the Lebanese army. So that mission is still ongoing.
But we have a very small part to play in it in Ireland.
At the moment we have a very small part to play, and we hold some key roles in UNIFIL headquarters. But the Irish Army are fairly well stretched at the moment to other missions throughout the world, and in particular the continent of Africa.
Would it be correct to state that the Lebanese projects wouldn't be fashionable, in that it's a developing country, and that other more fashionable charities like the Chernobyl Children's Project are concerned with the third world? Why should people give you their euros above the other charities?
First of all, I wouldn't take away euros from any other charities and anybody else canvassing for other charities. We formed this company. I formed this company along with two other soldiers, because of the love we have for this particular country. We know a lot about the politics and about the people, and we spent a lot of time with them. Therefore, our love for this particular country, and we're well aware of the needs of the people, particularly in the south. So therefore, this love that we have for the country, we would intend to promote that. The Lebanese government are very much corrupt, very much behind in their times, and very much behind in their administration. Therefore, these people need direct help, and that's something that we can offer, and we can give that help directly to where it is needed.
And what's the standard of living like in the Lebanon?
And there are various standards of living, like many other countries. The majority of the people in Lebanon are living in poor conditions, but everything is relevant in the sense of, I mean, if everyone is in the same boat, there is an understanding and an identity between.
And if my daughter can't, I have a friend who lives in County Meath, and they haven't got enough room in a school in County Meath. Why should I give money to school children in the Lebanon if the Irish government can't look after the school children here?
Well, first of all, the Irish government, in our structure here, we do have in place the necessary tools in place. In other words, we've got a proper government that is working. We've got a Department of Education that's a lot more efficient, and so on. So we do have the tools in place, and we have the necessary politicians in place and structures and procedures in place to look for. In other words, that particular village that you may talk about, they've got a council there that can canvass for their new building and so on. So we've got procedures in place that don't exist in the likes of Lebanon, and they do require people from outside with a sympathy that can shout that little bit louder. They don't have the kind of structures that we have in place here in this country. But they very much rely on the likes of outside help and people that will take an initiative and go over there and help them.
And what sort of money are you trying to raise?
We're trying to raise obviously as much money as we can raise. The bread and butter of our organisation are our volunteers, and these are volunteers that we ask to raise some money to come over and to give a token gesture of help in their trade, be it block laying, plumbing, plastering, carpentry, electrical work, gardening, teaching children in basic IT, teaching in French, and so on. So there are a variety of jobs we can give people when they do come out to Lebanon with us. But they are our bread and butter. We also are open to sponsorship from corporate avenues as well, and from any other donors that are out there. So like any other charitable organisation, we're open to all kinds of sponsorship.
Thank you, Micheál.
Thank you.
Just